Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara Savage. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these fake collars or dickies. Guys, it turned out fabulous and I'm going to show you guys how to make it in this video. Let's just get into it. So for this, these are what you're going to be needing for this tutorial. So get your materials ready and let's just get started. So guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure 3 inches from the center front. So this will be for the plackets for the front side. So measure 3 inches in and just rule a line right there representing that 3 inches. Now guys, just to make it clearer, I'm going to divide this 3 inches into 3. So that's 1 inch each. That's the fold we're going to be using for our plackets. So our button plackets, basically, that's what we're going to be using. So when you're cutting it for the back, you're going to fold it in. So write it down that you're folding it in for the back because you're cutting your back on a fold, but for the front, you're going to leave this open. Now guys, from that 3 inches of the plackets, you're going to go further by 3.25 inches. So measure 3.25 inches and they are going to go down from that point again by 3.25 inches. So our neckline is going to be 3.25 inches by 3.25 inches. But the neckline for the back is 2 inches, not 3.25 inches. That one is 2 inches. So do you guys get the front and the back neckline is different? Now from that 3.25 inches, I'm going to extend the shoulder line by 3.5 inches. So that will be for my shoulder slope. So just measure, extend it by 3.5 inches. Mark it right there and go down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. So just like we're doing our normal shirts, go down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope and connect the neckline's 3.25 inches to that 1 inch slope. So just like we've done right here, now I'm now going to use my curved ruler to create my curve for my neckline basically. So can you guys see? This is the one for the back and that is the one for the front. So I'm just going to extend it because we're going to be cutting it using that extension for the front. Now guys, what we're going to do is we're going to measure how long we want our dickies to be, or fake collars to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 10 inches down. So I'm using 10 inches in my case. Measure 10 inches down. This paper is actually 10 inches, so that's what I'm using. And then I'm going to use a curve to connect it from that shoulder slope down to that part right there. So can you guys see what I'm doing? Connect it using a curve, and this is what it looks like, already looking amazing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it out just like this. Cut out only the back neckline. So cut out the back neckline, and then when you're cutting it on your fabric, you're now going to cut out your front neckline so that you don't make any mistakes. You don't mistakenly cut out the front neckline for the back. And guys, can you see what it looks like? This is the pattern, guys. For the color, we're going to be making it once we get to that stage, because you can't make it right now. You can't draft it right now. We're going to be making it when we get to that stage in the sewing process. So keep watching. So guys, can you see I have cut out my pattern? I have also added 1 inch sewing allowance to the shoulder. So that shoulder part, I've extended it up by 1 inch for my sewing allowance. And then like I said, for the front, you're going to cut out using that extension. So that placket has to be open for the front, and then the back has to be on a fold, just like I've done right here. Can you guys see? I folded in the plackets to make this fold possible. And for the front, this is what it looks like. It has that extension. So guys, like I said, don't forget to cut out your front neckline correctly. So this is the back neckline here. So I'm just going to cut out my front neckline. So I've measured it and I'm just going to cut it out right now. And now guys, remember the placket was 1 inch each. So right here, I'm going to measure 1 inch and draw a line right there so that it's easy for me to fold basically. So now that I've drawn it right there, I'm going to now use it to create my fold. So you're going to fold it in to the wrong side twice. So using that 1 inch line, fold it first once, then again. So guys, can you guys see what I'm doing right here? Fold it twice and pin it down and sew it down right there. So can you guys see? This is what it looks like for the two. And then once that is done, you're going to take your back piece and place it right sides facing the front pieces by the shoulders and sew it along that shoulder. And guys, this is what it looks like. I have sewn it and this is what I have right here. Now I'm now going to take my bias tape and I'm going to put it along the edges of the raw edges. So basically all around the raw edges, I'm using a bias tape to sew it round. So I'm finishing it with a bias tape basically. I've pinned it all around and then once I'm done, I'm just going to fold it in. So can you guys see, just like when you're doing your bias tape, the normal way of doing a bias tape, there's no like special way that I'm doing it right here. So just fold it just like this and then this is what you're going to have. And guys, I have done it. It's looking perfect. Now it's time to work on our collar. So what you're going to do basically is you're going to measure all around this neckline. So from the plackets to the other plackets, measure all around the neck, and then whatever you have, just write it down and then divide that measurement by 2. Now whatever you get divided by 2, you're now going to measure it on this pattern paper. So measure it on your pattern paper, whatever you get, mark it right there. Then you're going to go up from this point by 1.2 inches. So just go up from this point by 1.2 inches and just make a rectangle out of it. So just draw it, making sure it looks like a rectangle. So just like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in by 1 inch. So just like I'm doing right here, from the top corner, you're going to go to the right by 1 inch and then you're going to go down by about 0.75 inch, then create a slight curve from that 1 inch point to that 0.5 inch and then slightly curve it at the end as well. So just like I'm doing right here. Now this is basically the collar stand. I'm just going to cut it out and this is what the collar stand is going to look like before we work on our collar itself. Now you're going to go to your pattern paper again and you're going to measure your neck divided by 2. So that measurement you wrote down, your neck divided by 2, you're now going to minus 1 inch from that measurement. So mark it right there. So I'm just going to still use this pattern paper since that mark is already there. That's minus 1 inch is already there. So I'm just going to use it to make my work easier. And then I'm just going to mark it, then go up by 1.6 inches. So go up from that measurement by 1.6 inches and just create a rectangle from there. So just draw it as a rectangle so that you can easily work on your pattern. Now I'm going to go to that top corner right there. So that corner, that point right there, I'm now going to extend that line by 0.6 inch. So just like I'm doing right here, extend that line, that point by 0.6 inch. And I'm going to go outward using a slant. So you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. Go outward using a slant by an extra 1.6 inches. So can you guys see what I've done? You guys are going to see it once I rule this line. I have gone using a slant by 1.6 inches. And this is what it looks like. So can you guys see? It's a slant. And then what I'm going to do right now is just, mark where the center of that line is and then connect the top of this slant to that point right there. So just use a slight curve to just connect it like that. And then from this down part right here, I'm just going to create a slight curve. It's just going to be very slight, guys. You don't need to, have any special measurement for it. So you're going to just cover it right there. And then I'm going to extend this slant as well to this corner right here. Now, why this collar piece is minus 1 inch is because the collar has to be, 1 inch less on the collar stand. So you guys will see what I'm talking about once I'm done sewing it. So that's why it has to be minus 1 inch. So just cut it out right there. And then this is what our collar pieces look like. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut this exact piece on a fold. So on the straight sides, you're going to cut these exact pieces on a fold on interfacing. Now in my case, this black piece is my interfacing. I have cut it out on the black piece. Can you guys see? And on my main fabric, I have cut it half an inch wider. So can you guys see? First cut it on your interfacing and then use your interfacing to cut it on your fabric half-inch wider. Now for the interfacing, you're cutting only one piece of the interfacing and two pieces of the main fabric. So one piece each of the interfacing, because it's only on one side you are putting your interfacing on the collar. So one piece of the interfacing and two pieces of this main fabric. So can you guys see what I have right here? Two pieces, one of the main fabric is not, there's no interfacing on it, and one there is interfacing on it. Now I'm going to place my fabric right sides facing each other, and I'm going to sew it from the side to the curved top and then to the other side. So can you guys see? So from the side to the curved top and then to the other side. And guys, this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to just turn it inside out, but snip the curves before you turn it inside out. Any curve you have, always snip it before you turn it inside out. And then this is what it looks like basically. Can you guys see? I love this. Guys, now you're going to take the collar stand and then you're going to place your collar piece on it. So make sure you iron your collar piece before doing it. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to fold it to find the center. So this is the part that has the deepest curve along the corners. So remember when we were doing our pattern that we made that curve? So the one that has the deepest curve, that's where I'm going to be connecting my collar to the collar stand. So for the collar as well, we're going to look for the center, snip it as well. Then for the second collar stand, we're going to look for the center as well on the part with the most curve. So I'm going to put it aside. Now I'm now going to place it down right here. So the part that has the interfacing is what is down right here right now. Now I'm now going to make sure the part that has interfacing on the collar as well is the one facing the collar stand that has the interfacing. So just like I've done right here, and then place this other one right sides facing the collar as well. So the three, so it's just like you're sandwiching the collar to the collar stand. So can you guys see? So this is what I've done right here. I'm just going to pin it at that center so that I don't lose that part. So I'm just going to pin it right there, and then I'm going to pin it all around this collar. So that point right there, I'm pinning it from the beginning to the end, to the other side, and then sew it from that beginning to the end. Now guys, once I'm done with that, I'm going to snip the curves again and then turn it inside out just like this. Can you guys see what it looks like? I'm now going to fold it to find the center as well again. So just like I did before, I'm going to fold it to find the center, snip it, then find the center of the shirt itself, the collar, the fake collar, and then snip it as well. Now I'm going to align the part that has the interfacing. I'm going to place it right sides facing the back of the main body of this collar piece. So can you guys see? So the fake collar itself, the body, I'm going to place the right side of this collar stand to the wrong side. So the parts that you're going to wear inside that will be on your body, that's where you're going to place it, align it, and then I'm going to pin it all around. So pin it all around and sew it down right there. So once it's sewn, you're now going to take this other side and then you're going to fold it in by half an inch and then use it to cover the seam that you just did. So just like I'm doing right here, can you guys see? You're going to push the raw edges inside and then fold this part inside by half an inch, then use it to cover the edge that you just sewed. So the seam that you just sewed, just use it to cover it basically, just like I'm doing right here guys. So just do it and sew it all around. It's going to be clean on the outside and clean on the inside. So sew it all around and that's all you need to do. So guys, I have ironed it and this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my buttons and I'm going to just place it using I'm going to use press buttons basically, but I'm going to use these buttons to make it look like real buttons. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew it down, or if you want to even spice things up, you can use black buttons. So I'm going to use white in my case. and this is what it looks like, guys. It turned out well. I used it to style my sweatshirt. If you guys have not seen my sweatshirt video, how to sew a sweatshirt, it's on my channel. My active wear collection is on my channel. Joggers, sweatshirts, sports bra, biker shirts, tumble cuffs. Guys, you're going to learn amazing ways to make beginner friendly active wear sewing tutorials on my channel. I also have other sewing tutorials, sustainable fashion pieces that you can wear in multiple ways. I have it on my channel as well. So much in store on this channel. You guys should go check it out. Subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified whenever I post any other amazing video just like this one. If you try this tutorial out, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Lara Savage Creations. I'll be ready to showcase your work to all my growing followers. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share within and outside your circle, comment in the comment section, and until my next video, do have yourself a wonderful morning, noon, or night wherever you are. It's still your favorite content creator and fashion entrepreneur, Lara Savage, signing out.